Hello everyone and welcome to excuse me, this audio podcast. Welcome to this audio podcast as part of the lab coat. This audio podcast is part of a Labostix syndicate. This audio podcast is part of a Labostix in front. This audio podcast is part of the click, and this audio podcast is part of a ZtormLabostix production. In this audio podcast, look at sort of the summary and around published works by Mohammed and team from 2020, and is there a need for healthcare sciences and educational support surrounding CKD and laboratory investigations and tests summarizing polls via a patient support group platform. So the publication summary is one of the sort of main objectives. One of the main objectives of this research was to understand the perspectives of healthcare service users utilizing the RPSG platform regarding educational support surrounding CKD laboratory investigations. The polls conducted added sort of a value to an important topic of healthcare. Of varying healthcare professional involvement, including healthcare scientists surrounding education of laboratory investigations for CKD chronic kidney disease recipients. That draws this audio podcast to a close. This audio podcast is part of the lab coat. This audio podcast is part of a Labostix syndicate. This audio podcast is part of a Labostix in front. This audio podcast is part of the click, and this audio podcast is part of a ZtormLabostix production.